Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Terrence Brown. I'll be giving you my case summary presentation for Unit 7 for cognitive behavioral therapy. Right now, I have a client that's 33 years old from California. He's married with three children from the ages of 11, 8, and 5. He is a veteran of Iraq and Afghanistan. He's been deployed 5 times. His job in the military was 11 Bravo Infantry, which is a foot soldier, always being on the front lines and always out there, fighting for our freedom. Um, he's never been home during his kids' birthdays or Christmases, and he's recently got medically discharged from the United States Army from PTSD, anxiety, and insomnia. So we're going to do our process to help, you know, understand what he's going through and hopefully give him some methods that he can use to help cope with all of the things that he's suffering from. Right now, my client has joined me, and I wanted to ask you, do I have your permission to record this session?
Yes.
Okay. So, what brings you in today?
PTSD, insomnia, and
Anxiety.
anxiety.
Anxiety. Are all of those things of what you got medically discharged out of the military for?
Yes.
Okay. So, how would you rate how you've been feeling over the past, since you got medically discharged out of the Army or since you did your last deployment? How would you rate your anxiety, PTSD, and insomnia? Would you rate it mild, moderate, or severe?
Giving the last deployments and everything that went on in my first deployment, I would rate it as a severe case. But on a day-to-day base, I would say it's more moderate.
Okay. So what were you thinking when, all of that stuff that was going on while you were deployed, like the action, the combat
Mhm.
action and stuff? What was going on through your head at that time?
Well, my very first deployment, I was a private, so the first thing that I'm thinking, am I going to live through this? Am I going to get through it?
Hmm.
What if I was to lose a friend while I'm over here? So all those things rush through my head all at once while being attacked. So, not only are you thinking about yourself, you're thinking about other people as well.
Okay, yeah, and I understand that may be something hard for you to understand or cope with, being
Mm-hmm.
so young and being away from your family and stuff. And I
Right.
know, I know it was very tough for you
Mm-hmm.
and your family and your wife and your kids and stuff.
Right.
So, I definitely empathize with you for that. So when do you think you show the most signs of, PTSD, or when you show the most symptoms of PTSD?
Probably at night when I get ready to go to bed. I can't sleep. And when I do go to sleep, I may, redream something that happened while I was over there.
Mhm.
Maybe, a vehicle getting blown up or a sister company being attacked. Maybe the worst of the worst that can happen. I usually dream that.
So, is it at night? Is it your worst? Is
At night is probably my worst
your
time.
worst time? Okay. So I have what I want to ask you is, what do you think you could do to change, how you sleep at night or change the situation?
Um, well, for one, I can talk about it more to, so I don't have to think about it so much. So if I
Hmm.
had someone to talk to, which is I'm doing now, if I had somebody to talk to more about the situation or, um, seek a religion's purpose, talk more about it with a pastor, a counselor to take it off my head throughout the daytime so I'm not
Hmm.
sitting at home alone thinking about it. So when I go to bed, it's heavy on my mind.
Okay. Um, how do you think you can change, what you think about the situation that will help you feel better on top of what you just told me?
I don't think it's anything that I can change because it happened. It happened, but as I stated before, speaking with counselors and religious preachers and trying to move forward past the situation would probably help me cope better.
Okay. So you seem like you're headed in the right direction as far as your recovery methods and stuff go. But right now, what I want to do is give you a couple of things that you could use or take home with you, to help you cope better. Is peer support groups, which you've already mentioned. Talking to somebody. But our agency have a list of different support groups that you can attend to help cope with it, talk about what happened, on all your deployments and stuff like that. Some lifestyle changes you could possibly make, doing some sleep, etiquette classes and stuff like that to see if it's something that you could do to help you, calm down or, to get better sleep. You can also use the problem solving technique and stuff too. And I know in the military, problem solving is one of the biggest things and stuff. And I'm sure that you probably can attest to that. And you can plan ahead of knowing all of the signs and stuff like that. Once you know what the warning signs are, you can just go ahead and plan ahead of, doing those type of things. But one question I do want to ask you is, how do you feel all of this how is it affecting your family and stuff, your wife and your kids?
Well, it's affected them tremendously. Of course, being married, it caused issues in the relationship, but of course, my wife is there to help me get through the situation and walk me through it. But they didn't ask for this, so it's very hard on my family, but us working together, seeking help and seeking some type of counseling, it helped the relationship a lot.
Yeah, and I understand it must be hard for your wife and stuff too, because I know in your initial intake form, it stated that you've never been home for any of your kids' birthdays or any of their Christmases and stuff like that for holidays. So I understand that, not only did you sign up, but also your family, and listening to the Army. So another coping method we probably can, get you and your family involved in is family therapy and stuff like that. So family therapy is a good way for everybody to get in the room and, have a mediator in there that doesn't have a biased opinion about what's going on and stuff, and everybody's in there with a clean slate, so you can help talk about what's going on and stuff, and help. And sometimes your family may not understand exactly what post-traumatic stress disorder is, or anxiety, or insomnia, and that could be a way of educating them so they understand exactly what's going on with you. Well, right now I'll give you all of these things so you can, take home and stuff and work on them. And I will see you next week for our next session.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
All right, you too.
CBT has been found to be effective in treating a number of anxiety disorders, PTSD symptoms, phobias, and any type of other issues going on. My client has shown his eagerness to seek help, not only for for himself, but also his family. I've given him a number of tools that he could use while he's not here, so he can help better cope with his insomnia, or bad memories from his deployments and stuff downrange, and just a better help him have a better way of life, and help him cope with what's going on and what happened in the past and stuff. Some of those things that I did give him were some support groups that he could attend, lifestyle changes, using the problem-solving techniques, and plan ahead of all of the warning signs that he will get from PTSD from our session. It seems like it's like a constant buildup of something, and then once he's reached, his limit of what he can take, that's when the outburst happens, or the frustration comes. He shows frustration, not being able to sleep or being reminded of what he went through while he was downrange. And something else that I did recommend for him and his family was family therapy, so that it all can, come in and actually get educated on, PTSD, anxiety, and insomnia, so they could actually know what's going on with him, and not think any of these other things. And I think education is the biggest key to success in this field. Educate yourself and educate those around you. I want to thank everybody. It's been a great opportunity in this class for the past 8 weeks, and see you in the future. Thank you.